like to welcome the Leap Masters crew. Tonight is the night I get revenge on... I am so honored to have Victor, JLo, Jay, and Oliver, all from the Leap Masters crew, here with me right now today. You guys just saw their amazing performance. I don't know how they did that. You guys are so talented. I just want to say thank you for blessing our stage at TFT TV today. That was incredible. So why don't you guys just go down the line and introduce yourselves real quick and tell the audience a little bit about who you are.
All right. Well, my name is Victor, JLo, and I'm a performer. I've been performing in New York City for a long time, and I've been booking jobs, bigger jobs and bigger jobs as I go and continue with my career. But yeah, that's who I am.
My name is Jimenez, and I'm actually a self-taught stuntman where I've always used to practice and teach myself these tricks and gymnastics techniques to get better and better at it. And then eventually I developed this relationship with my brother Oliver and Kevin, my cousin, and we just ended up developing this, how you can say it, group, a gymnastics group, basically, a stunt group, where we just perform around the city in Times Square and different areas. We travel to Boston and Las Vegas and things like that. And we just love to bring smiles in people's faces and have a fun time, enjoy ourselves while we're doing it. And at the same time, you know, get ahead in life and do bar mitzvahs and gigs and things like that when it comes to the way. But it's all about having fun, doing what we like to do.
Well said, well said.
Perfect. That's how it is. And my name is Oliver, all the way from Dominican Republic. I got here 3 years ago, and I met him. It's been 3 years already, and I'm very happy to be in the crew, League Masters crew. I was their third number of League Masters, and I'm a professional coach of gymnastics, and I used to be a gymnast, a professional gymnast, traveling all around the world, doing gymnastics, representing Dominican Republic.
Yes,
My English is really bad because I got here 3 years ago, and I've been learning English in the street, doing show with League Masters, and that's how I've been practicing my English. So we out here.
Well, great job learning English like that, you know? That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, everybody say that to me, that, oh, how you learning in the street? I just say, speaking with the people.
Talking to your fans, you know? Your fans want to talk to you,
Just
so.
like that.
Well, I bet you guys have fans going crazy for you guys out in Times Square. Oh my God, I can't even imagine.
Hundreds of people.
So if any of you guys come to New York, walk through Times Square and look for these guys tearing up the streets.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure. I know this guy Victor right here. Don't sleep on this one. He has been all over the place. You've seen him on So You Think You Can Dance. You've seen him at the Apollo. He was the finalist. We got to talk about that in a little bit. You've seen him at Universal Studios performing Halloween Horror Nights, one of my favorite places ever. Six Flags, Fright Fest, I'm assuming.
Fright Fest,
At the Box, New York City, like the coolest club in New York. We actually met both performing together together at Dream Hotel downtown.
Dream Hotel, yeah, Dream Hotel.
He was performing, I was performing. I was like, I gotta connect with this guy. He has to be on my show because he is too talented not to bring on my show.
Thank you so much.
So I'm
Appreciate
so
that.
happy to have you here, and just your energy and your movement is just, I mean, I don't know how you do it. Are you in pain right now?
Well, that's what everyone always tells me. That's like
Of course.
the
I'm
number
sure
one
that's the
thing.
number
Like,
one
oh my God,
question.
are you okay? Are your bones broken? That's like what I always get. But honestly, I build it up. I stretch a whole lot. It comes I know it seems unnatural, you know, stretching with your arms like this, and it seems weird and stuff,
So
you know.
up close.
But it's actually kind of normal if
For
you.
you?
Well,
Yeah, he has
well,
no
I mean, if
bones.
you know about stretching, like if you get really into it, you'll see that it's like learning these things is actually similar to learning a split. You know, the split
Oh,
is
so
just
anybody could do it.
anyone can do it.
I'm
It's-
kidding. No, not anybody
No,
can do
I'm
that.
serious though. I'm serious. Anyone can do it. It's like learning a split, but it's just like such an uncommon stretch that people don't not really doing it much. But I really feel like in time it's gonna change. But right now, you know, I'm getting all the benefits from this, all the fruits from it, and I'm
Yeah,
loving it. You know,
because you're one of the very small few people that can do
Yeah.
something like this. So it makes you a very hidden gem.
I'm happy about it. Thank you.
All right. So why don't you guys tell me how you guys met and connected with each other?
Well, I think we met in Times Square.
We did actually.
Yeah, in Times Square. There's like a big variation of a lot of different performers and different acrobatics, different bone breaking and stuff like that. Like there's a lot of different people and shows out there. So when I met Victor, it's like we kind of just clicked. It was just like an instant click. Like
Yeah.
I just felt the connection between him and me and all of us, and then we started working together, and then I was like, wow, like we can actually do something big just between all of us. And then from there, it was kind of like a brother relationship where
Yeah.
I just never wanted
Family
to
for life, yeah.
separated from him. So we just kept performing and bringing smiles and incredible shows to these people, and people were just loving it.
Yep.
So now from there on, it's just us.
Yeah.
It's always just us now.
This is a
Having
perfect
fun.
like Times Square performance. I would definitely stop and cheer you guys on and throw some money at you and be like, yes, give me
Let's
more.
go.
I bet you guys make bank doing that in the streets, too,
Yeah,
don't you, right? The tourists take care of you?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
do.
Yeah,
The
and
tourists
the New Yorkers, the tourists or the New Yorkers, who pays more?
I think the tourists.
tourists.
Wow.
They
New
love
Yorkers
us.
gotta step up the game.
They
You gotta
really love
support
us.
our own,
But
you
New
know?
York does support though. New
Yeah,
York
they
does
do, they
support.
Yeah.
But we
wow.
have like amazing stunts. Like what you seen here was like a little choreographed, but we have like a really, really amazing show.
Yeah.
And I feel like people have
I
to come
believe
and
you.
watch it.
I
People have to
believe
come
you.
and
You
watch
don't
it.
gotta
'cause
tell
the
me.
stunts are crazy. And we just have fun, and we like when people have fun with us.
Sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's more like a party than anything,
Yeah,
you know what
yeah,
I mean?
bet it's so enjoyable. You
Yes.
know, like I bet there's the time goes by and it's
Flies,
just,
yeah.
that's
it
probably the
flies.
best work ever. You know,
Yeah.
the best possible way to.
Doesn't
make
even
money.
feel like work because we're all together and we're having fun. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Having fun.
it just seems like normal. Like we're just
Yeah.
hanging out, you know?
What's one of like the craziest memories or stories or moments that you've had like with the fans in the streets? Like, does anything
Wow,
crazy
it's a
ever
lot.
I
happen?
feel
Like,
like
there was too
every
many
day.
where like the
I
cops
think-
came or
I
someone's
think-
trying to dance with you.
I think
or,
I got it.
Yeah?
In Las Vegas,
Oh, yeah.
What
in
happened?
Las Vegas, we have like a lot of crazy times because in Las Vegas the alcohol is legal. So
Yeah.
sometimes the crowd are drunk,
Like drunk
and
people.
True.
to be dealing with that, it's like that, right?
Yeah, it's kind of hard.
It's kind of hard. It's
What they
super
do?
hard.
What the drunk people come up and do?
Yeah, and we be like, hey, get your own show.
Like some of the drunk people would like, I don't know, just act funny or like jump in our show and stuff like that. And it's
Yeah.
like we're trying to give a positive message to the kids, so like
They
we
make it,
give
like,
a
a little
message to them like
unprofessional.
don't do drugs, don't drink, you know,
Ah.
don't
Yep.
smoke, and then we have these people jumping in and stuff. So it's like we have to work around it, but at the end of the day, we still make it look like a joke than anything. So it's like funny.
You guys are
Anyways.
such good guys. Don't smoke, don't drink. I love it. You know, this show is all
It's
about
true.
providing tools, tips, and advice for
Yes.
aspiring talent. There's your best ones right there. Don't smoke,
you.
don't drink, and be good boys like these boys. You know, following your passion and making your dreams come true, and spreading the love to all the people out there who are coming to enjoy your presence. You know,
Yes,
that's what it's
exactly.
about. So I want to know a little bit about the training that goes into each of you. So just go down the line again and tell me, like, what kind of training do you partake in order to be able to do this on a regular basis? And if anyone else wanted to try to do what you're doing, like, what advice and what would you recommend for them to be able to pursue a talent like this?
Okay, when it comes to contortion and bone breaking, what I do.
I love the word bone breaking, by the way. I never even heard of that term before you, but it really, like, suits it perfectly.
Yeah. Oh, well, when it comes to that, you really have to, eat right, drink a lot of water, make sure these things are good, and don't overstretch, but it comes with a lot of static stretching. And static stretching is very boring. Static stretching is when you just hold a pose, and it hurts, but you just have to stay there and do it. So it's like, if you can get through all these annoying things, then you become flexible, but it's just, you need to have discipline, and you need to, take care of your body, eat well, and just do things that suit for your body well, and sleep well. All these things come into play when it comes to, like, being able to do this every day,
Yeah.
Is there ever a day that goes by that you're not twisting and turning your body?
Yeah, we do. I do have those
You took a
days,
day
but
off?
but I noticed that when I take those days off, like when it comes back to work, I'm like so tight. I'm like, oh my gosh, why did I take a day off? So it feels
After
like
one day?
Oh yeah,
Wow.
2 days honestly,
Wow.
2 days,
I
2
can't
days. It's
believe
like,
that.
oh, why did I do that?
That soon. So you got to be on it all the time.
Yeah.
Always working on your craft all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I can always do it, but it just becomes a little harder that day, like after taking 2 days break to come back to it,
That takes real dedication for your art right there.
Yeah.
A commitment. That's why you're as good as you are, and that's why you're getting these bookings all over the world at the coolest places in the world, because you take it seriously. You eat, sleep, and drink this. And that's something where a lot of people, they say they want to do this or pursue that or whatever that talent is, but do they really fully commit their full body, mind, and soul into it? Like that's the difference. So so everything that you deserve. You've earned that.
Work hard for that.
Because of the work you've put in, What about you?
I feel like it's the same concept that he said. Like, you got to be committed to it, like 100%. Like, there's no like 99%. Because if you give the 99%, you're not really gonna get what you're really looking for. Like, at least for acrobatics and stuff like that, it takes a lot of time, a lot of dedication, a lot of mental preparation. Because it's not only, they just see the flip and it looks cool. Mentally, you have to know what you're doing in the air and stuff like that. So it's like, you have to be prepared to fall. When you fall, you can't just give up like, I hurt myself, I don't want to try it anymore. Like, you have to fight that. You have to fight that fear of falling, or that fear of not wanting to try it. You know what I'm saying?
Just thinking about it.
Yeah. So once you commit it and you got it, like once you really have your flips down packed, it becomes like second nature, almost like walking,
Yeah.
It just becomes easy, fluent. So I feel like anybody can learn it, but not anybody, because you have to be committed. Anybody that's 100% committed can learn anything.
Right.
But if you're not 100% committed and you're like almost half, then
and like you
it's
said,
not gonna work.
99% isn't good enough.
No, it's not. It's really not. No.
That's
I've learned
a
that
good
the
point
hard
right
way.
there.
Like, you really have to be dedicated on an everyday basis.
Every
You can't
day.
take like, I took this day off. If you take one day off, it's okay, but next day is going to be even harder for you, because you could have got better in that day. You know what I'm saying? You could have got much, much better in that day. So just skipping a day, that means it's like skipping a meal, You can't really do that.
I love you guys'
can,
hard
but-
work, hustle, dedication, passion right here.
Yes.
It's great to hear. And you, what about you, honey?
Bueno,
Habla
the
lo
same
niño.
thing. The
Habla
same-
lo
oh,
niño.
Yeah, 'cause
yeah, about that. Then, in our show, there's always a lot of kids, like we were saying. And in the show, we always try.
Gimnasia.
Oh, gymnastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a coach of gymnastic, and I'm always coaching, and it's a little bit hard to me because everybody knows that I'm learning English. But I always try my best, because this is what I do. This is what I love. When you are doing something that you love, it's even easier than do just whatever just to get paid. It's not like that. You have to do what you love, so it's become easier. Like right now, when I'm coaching, sometimes it's really hard just because the English. But I take my time, I think about it, and I be coaching, and I think I do it really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Yes.
You do really.
Thank you.
Aw, how
Teach them
sweet.
a
You guys
lot.
are so supportive of each
Yeah.
other. I love it.
I've seen them coaching a lot, and like he gives a lot of experience to the kids. Like he's honestly one of the best people I've ever seen in trampoline and on floor.
Wow.
Does
he do private lessons? You
Yeah,
can start your own thing, you know?
He does do private lessons.
Well, there you go.
And like he's professional to the
And if someone wants
max.
to get some private lessons with you, where do they go?
They go to the gym that is Wendy
Hiller. Yes, 145th Street.
They can hire you online?
Yeah, like El Rey. El Rey.
El Rey, it means the king.
The king.
That's the name
They
that.
meant like a website link?
That's his Instagram.
That's his Instagram.
Oh, okay.
In my Instagram, through Instagram, they can find me. Or Facebook.
So send you a DM for the private training. They'll just slide right in your DM and say, private gymnastics, hook me up.
Yes.
All right, I want to talk a little bit about some of the highlights in your career.
Okay.
Let's start with the Apollo, because that is really, really, really cool. So you were a finalist. Congratulations, by the way. But I want to hear what that experience was like, because that experience I know is a very like nerve-wracking one, because they really like put you on the spot with the Apollo. I mean, that's what makes it the Apollo.
Yeah.
So tell us about that experience.
The Apollo was amazing. I love performing in that theater. It's such a big theater, and it felt like, you know, and a lot of like the big shots were there. You know, Steve Harvey, Michael Jackson, and so many more. Like they came from there. Like so, it feels crazy. Like just performing there for me.
Yeah.
And then getting that far, I felt really blessed. You know, I was bummed when I didn't, you know, win the whole thing. But you know, I got pretty far, and I'm grateful. And it led to other things, because I've had other jobs afterwards. You know, a lot of people find me. So it's not always about like winning first place. I mean, that always is the goal. You know, you want to win first place. But a lot of times when you go with the attitude that you want it and it just doesn't happen, like so another door will open somewhere else and you'll get something else. You know, that's the way I see life, and that's what kind of like how I've been moving through my career.
And I think you have to, in this industry especially, you have to look at it that way. Otherwise, you'll never be able to get over the hurdles and move forward. So that's a really important mindset to have as an aspiring entertainer.
Right.
So, I mean, when you're a finalist at the Apollo, what does that mean? Like, what do you get?
Well, the prize, I was so bummed. I don't even want to talk about it. But okay, so the prize was $25,000. And I was so close to getting it.
Oh,
but unfortunately, I didn't.
Thank God you have a good mindset then.
So,
what about So You Think You Can Dance? What did you do on there?
Oh, that was dope. I did an audition. They liked me. They really liked the contortion. And they had me on a show for it, but I kind of know how that show works. I mean, I love it, and it helps a lot of dancers, you know.
Yeah.
But I kind of knew what was gonna happen with me. They're gonna highlight my contortion, do those things, and then like, kind of like let me go.
How far did you make it?
I mean, it was the first audition. I was gonna go to Vegas, but there was at that point I had problems with my paperwork, so I couldn't go to Vegas. But besides that, I got something else from it, which is what I'm saying. Like, it's not all about what it seems right there. So a producer from So You Think You Can Dance noticed me and said, "Hey, I think you deserve so much more than what you got." And they plugged me in to actual Universal Studios.
Oh, that's how you got your Universal's job.
Yeah.
Nice. See, so you never know. Even if this opportunity doesn't work out,
Exactly.
you still might gain something from that opportunity. And that's why you need to still go in there with that, you know, positive energy.
Right.
Because if you were like, well, like, blah, 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 you know what I mean? Like, maybe that producer wouldn't have came up to you and wanted more. But you kept, like, your spirits right. And, you know, I think that's great advice for our aspiring talent right there.
Right.
Amazing. All right, so Universal Studios. You guys, Halloween Horror Nights. I spent my birthday there 2 weeks ago. I made all my friends fly to Orlando. I said, if you're my friends, you're going to fly to Florida, and you're going to go on all the haunted houses and all the upside down
it's
roller
creepy.
coasters
It's kind of creepy. If
because,
you've never been there, it's creepy.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love it, though. I would go there every year if it was, like, in New York, but, you know, it's in Florida. All right, so tell us what that was like. Your makeup, your costuming. You guys have to go to his gram and check it out because he looks so sick in those clips.
Yeah, I mean, Universal. One of the best things about it. Well, I mean, I guess it's not Universal, but it was Florida. It was Orlando. That's where I was, and it was like so dope. Like the weather was amazing. Every day was hot. Wow, that was so dope. And coming from New York, it was like cold where I was, and then I just flew out there and it was beautiful. Every day I was like this. It was amazing. You know, that's one of the things I love I can't say the most, but that was definitely a big highlight. I'm even thinking about moving out there just because I love the weather out there.
But what about your Times Square performances? These guys.
I said thinking about it. I didn't confirm it. I'm just thinking about it.
Surprised they didn't jump in.
We always travel anyways. We're always traveling, so it's like...
Of course.
It's a regular
That's just
thing.
the beginning, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So when it came to the makeup, we did our makeup ourselves. I mean, I didn't do it myself, but with the establishment that I was with, we pretty much took care of our own makeup.
Yeah.
And then we created this like skeleton-looking thing for me. So I was like a skeleton. They put some lines on me, painted my whole face. I was the core performer of the night, and it was like I was somewhat of the main attraction when it comes to Universal when it came to Halloween Horror Nights. And yeah, the performances are really intense, and like. The stage is one thing I really love. It was beautiful. It was huge, and I'm like performing like I think a concert for what I'm doing. I'm like, wow, like every night when I was performing there, I would get that moment. I'm like, damn, that I actually reached this. It's so crazy. There's so many people, like so much more than our shows. And our shows get pretty big, you know, but it's like so much more, like concert big.
I know.
I was like, wow.
Yeah, they go all out there.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll go back and do it again?
Will I go back and do it again? I'm thinking about going back and do it again. But we'll see how that works out. But honestly,
they take good care of their performers?
No, they do take good care of it. They had me they had a dope apartment for me, and they also gave me a car while I was out there. So I was able to move around, and I had a dope spot out there. So that was dope about it.
Cool.
But about going back, I have to really think about it because like every year I want to do something bigger. So my goal, I want to do something bigger next year. Like that was dope. That paid me great. You know, it was awesome. But like. That's how my mind is. Like I don't want to say that. I don't want to speak that to existence again. Like doing that again. No, I want to think bigger.
New experiences.
And then you know if that doesn't happen, then I'll go back to I can do that again. You know.
True.
But my mind is just bigger. I want bigger every year because I'm getting older. You know, I can't just always do the same thing. Even if it's dope, even if it's super dope, I can't. I just don't want to be doing the same thing all the time. My life has to get better.
Yeah.
Nice.
I love it. And I know you also did something with JLo and SNL.
Oh yeah. That was actually when I came back from Universal. I got booked with JLo through this choreographer named Jermaine Brown. He's
oh my
awesome.
God, I've taken his class.
He's
I
awesome.
love him.
I love him. He's doing
his
the most right now.
Sick.
He's much respect to that guy. Jermaine Brown's awesome.
I could see him killing his class.
And he I saw the audition and I noticed, I'm like, oh, Jermaine Brown is the choreographer. So I'm like, okay, I guess I know Jermaine Brown, so I might have a shot. I hit him up and I'm like, hey, what's up with that performance over there? But at that time, I didn't know it was for JLo. It was like we just having a performance for the Super Bowl, and everything is like secret. We couldn't know much, you know.
Okay.
And then he booked me for it, and then once I got out there, then I found out everything. Like, oh, it's for JLo. That's even doper. You know, it's even so cool. So.
You know, that's a good little tip that we could throw in there too. So just by taking classes at BDC New York and just getting yourself out there, you made that connect with that choreographer / teacher and use that as a nice little plug to help you get that gig. So again, like, you know, by bettering yourself, you were able to make that connection, which then helped in your career, like a ripple effect. Exactly. So that was beautiful.
Yeah, staying active, taking class, and just being in the loop and having a great, like, personality, you know, people like you. You have a little better chance of getting booked. Yeah, honestly, it sounds weird, but you have to be liked,
industry.
You know? Yeah.
Okay, so continue. You were talking about the SNL experience. So now you're there.
Oh yeah. So when we were out there, it was Minnesota. I flew out there. They had a hotel for me, and they didn't have my own car, but I was like going around in Uber all the time. You know? So it was dope. Actually. What happened there?
You hung out with JLo?
Yeah, well, I performed for JLo, and it was like I performed for her husband, and her kids. Her kids were so scared of me when I came out. Oh. They were like enjoying the show.
Like scared of the movement.
Yeah, and then when I came out with all this, they were all hiding behind JLo, and she's like, "Oh no, don't worry, it's okay." She's like, he's just a bone cracker. She said the name wrong and everything. I was like, whatever, dude. Like I'm just in here. Yeah, so it was great. Like. And A-Rod.
JLo should bring you on World of Dance. Yes, you guys should do this show on World of Dance. Did you apply?
Actually, we didn't apply.
You can apply right now.
Oh, it's happening now?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll look into
I think
that.
it's like worldofdance.com or something like that. Definitely. Go submit, like, maybe, you know, I'm sure you have videos of your crew performing in Times Square.
You never know.
Use that as your submission video.
Okay.
Yes. I'd love to see you on World of Dance. I love that show.
Yeah, well, as I was saying, so A-Rod had me on his story because he was recording the whole performance, and then like I didn't know, and then one of my friends told me, hey, you're on A-Rod's story, and then I started seeing it. He was like speaking Spanish. He thought the contortion, the leg things were so crazy. He goes, oh wow, like he said, "Mírate loco," like that's like look at this crazy performer, look what he's doing, like, and he was just like, yeah, he was like I don't know if mesmerized is the right word, but he was stunned or shocked by what I was doing.
Of course. Who wouldn't be?
It made me feel good because I like A-Rod. I think A-Rod's dope. He's
Yeah.
a dope baseball player.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, is there anything else that you guys want to say? Any last words that you want to leave to the audience about, where they can find you, what's in store with your crew or your solo careers?
Well, you could take our individual Instagrams for now. My Instagram is Victor JLo, just like that, Victor JLo. That's my Instagram account. You can find me there, and then we can go from there.
Mine's is J side with 2 underscores, literally J and then side, like left side, right side.
Mine's gonna be hard to say because this is Spanish name. So El Rey, El under
Like EL underscore
underscore
and then Ray.
018.
018.
And our group page that is called Leap Masters Group.
Yes, you can find us in Times Square or probably in any other location because we're all around the city. It's not just Times Square, but
Yes.
you could just pass by. If you DM us, we could let you know where we're going to be, what time we're going to be performing at. So you just come through, watch our show, and if you enjoy, which I know you're going to enjoy, it's guaranteed. And if you don't, then I don't know what planet you live in. 'Cause I know our show is extreme,
Yes.
so definitely I think that you just come through and support us in our show.
Amazing. All right, I'm sure people are going to be running through the Times Square tours trying to come watch you guys and meet you guys and take pictures with you guys. I know I'm sure all the ladies go crazy for you guys. But again, thank you so much for performing on the show and for sharing your story with our audience. It was such a pleasure meeting you all, and I can't wait to see where your careers go from here. So thank you again, and you guys are watching Tools for Talent on TFT TV. I'm your host, Cheryl Martinez, and this is Victor and the Leap Masters Crew.